Hey there, I'm Hi There Smiley, and today I'm going to show you how I do my makeup for the vampire queen, Krul Tepes. I start off with my favorite primer for a smooth base that will help the rest of my makeup to stay long-lasting. Using a peach color corrector, I begin concealing the dark circles beneath my eyes. Then with a yellow corrector, I cancel out any imperfections or dark spots on my face. I follow up with my regular flesh toned concealer to cover those blemishes all the way. Next, I use a white concealer under my eyes and other high points of my face. I've gotten a bit tan from the summer, but vampires never go out into direct sunlight. I went in with a bit of green color corrector to block out any remaining redness around the center of my face. This is to just make the base as even as possible before putting on foundation, or in my case, BB cream. I thought it was a good idea to use BB cream rather than a dense foundation, so I wouldn't end up just covering the extra white highlighting that I just did. And since I'm not actually trying to look white like a ghost, just a paler, vitamin D deficient version of myself, I decided to use the lightest product I had rather than white face paint. And my lightest shade just also happened to be a BB cream. Next, I did something I'd kind of like to call pseudo baking. I added a bit of white setting powder to the high points of my face. While it sits, I finish up some simple contouring just to bring some dimension back into my face. Using a very light hand, I swipe some blush across my face to sweep away the excess powder from before, and to make sure I won't look like a sheet of paper under bright lights from the pale base. And with an even lighter hand, I do one more round of finishing powder, but very lightly, so I don't just cover up all the contour and blush I just did. Even though Krul has powder pink hair, I chose a mauve colored eyeshadow to fill in my brows. Colorful brows are always a bit of controversy when you're planning your cosplay makeup look. Choosing too light a shade might not show up, and using the glue stick method would mean drawing my brows on from scratch. So I chose a darker mauve pink as the main color and later touched up with rosy pink, just to give my eyebrows a little extra dimension. I highlight the high points of my face and finish it all off with a setting spray to keep it all from smudging and to give it a little extra protection against the possible fallout while we work on the eyes. Having an eyeshadow primer with a tacky formula also helps a little bit with preventing fallout. Tilting my head forward, I've been packing on a matte black eyeshadow all over the lid. It doesn't have to be too neat yet, so I just pack it on there, adding a slight wing shape at the outer corners. Using a shimmery black powder, I use a fluffier brush to smoke out that black base. This is where I also try to neaten up both sides so that they look as even as possible. I found that if I made a mistake or added too much, I could sort of blend away the pigment with a clean fluffy brush. That's why it's best to add a little every time rather than add a lot at once so that you can correct mistakes in between strokes. The eye makeup for this look is actually quite simple in terms of steps, but it's the technique and patience that really makes the look neat in the end. I swipe some red eyeshadow beneath my eyes to complement my lenses and to give the look a little bit of extra color. I line my tight line with black pencil liner before starting on the wing, and I'll use this on my waterline later too. Using a bold liquid liner, I make a small line following my lower lash line. This serves as a guide for a sharper wing very soon. If you make sure the guides are as even as possible on each eye before drawing the whole wing, it is easier to fix if you make a mistake. Then, using small strokes, I finish the line and finish with a flick of the wrist following the guide we made earlier. That flick that makes your eyeliner sharp takes practice, and I don't always get it right either. If you followed your guidelines and it still doesn't look right, you can touch up with small little strokes of eyeliner and then use some black eyeshadow to smoke out the liquid liner on top, just as I did for the pencil liner on the lower lash line. I put on false lashes off camera and put on bottom lashes too. I added some more black eyeshadow below those for an extra sultry look, and to cover up the fact that they were falling off my face. I finally highlight the inner corners of my eye with a shimmery cream or champagne colored eyeshadow. This step is important to open up the eyes and make sure you don't end up looking a little bit cross-eyed with such dark and heavy makeup focused on the outer corners. And because I like two tones of inner corner highlight, I added a shimmery white to the Eggo style area on the bottom of my inner corners. I finished up the eyes by curling my lashes and applying mascara. I popped on the wig and began putting on some of the accessories. The headpieces are literally just 4 identical pieces I cut from black craft foam, glued them together, and glued barrettes on the insides to clip onto my wig. The horns are just plastic gems out of a variety pack I painted and glued onto French barrette. I prefer to put lip stuff on after I deal with the wig when I wear long wigs. First applied pink lip balm, then added a red lip stain to the center. Depending on the kind of environment where you'll be wearing the look and the mood, you can change up your lip color to be more bloody red or an alluring pink. Today I just wanted somewhere in between, so I ended up putting on a couple of different glosses too. I do one more round of highlight to the high points of my face and add glitter just beneath the eyes. You could leave the look as is, or you could add ears and fangs if you have them. I added ears, but I couldn't find one of my fangs, so I had to leave those out. But spoiler alert, I kept my teeth and ears in the same plastic baggie, and the missing fang somehow got stuck in one of the ears I'd already put on. Anyway, I hope you like this Krul Tepes cosplay makeup tutorial. I actually made this entire cosplay from scratch, from head to toe. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more makeup or cosplay videos in the future. Until next time.